したいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているでキスしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているで読み直しているでキスしたいとで読み直しているで読み直しているだけがで読み直しているで読み直している
All right, all right, all right. Well, good morning, everybody. Happy 1 Million Cups Wednesday. My name's Tyler DeMars. I'm with CTB at the Idea Center and part of our 1 Million Cups organizing team here in Bismarck. I'll be your MC today. Super excited to have a group of entrepreneurs, or a couple entrepreneurs who I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to work with over the last year and a half, 2 years or so. We have Amos and Jared from WeClean. That'll be telling the story of WeClean, their innovative cleaning company, later this morning. But first, a little house cleaning. How many first-timers here today? How many is your first one MC? Awesome, awesome. Welcome. Glad to see you here. Hope you'll be back. We do this every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. here. So, first thing we always ask, if you are new to 1 Million Cups, we'd like you to download the 1 Million Cups app and check in. If you've been here before, please check in for us on the app. 1 Million Cups is spearheaded nationally by the Kauffman Foundation out of Kansas City. This data goes to them, helps us and them kind of track some numbers on the impact of 1 Million Cups. It's also a really great tool to stay in the loop on upcoming speakers here in Bismarck and Mandan. So yes, please download that app and check in. Next up, special thanks to our sponsors. All these folks have given, in some cases, a combination of in-kind services and cash to our organizing team. We run this event pretty grassroots, but we do have some expenses, buying the coffee, paying for the rent in this facility and everything. So if you know any of these people from any of these organizations, please let them know you appreciate their support of 1 Million Cups and you love our 1 Million Cups community. All right, so what is 1 Million Cups? Why do we do this every week? So 1 Million Cups is a free networking and educational program we do every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m. We put a different entrepreneur, small business owner, nonprofit founder, could be somebody who's just done some really cool work or writing a book, prominent community members that are doing interesting things in our community. They get on stage, talk about the opportunity they're pursuing, how they identify that opportunity, their vision for where it's going, and what some of their biggest challenges are. So they get up here and do their 10 to 15 minute pitch, and then we do a Q&A session with them. We want our community to be asking curious, supportive, critical questions, helping them kind of iterate and refine their idea. Ultimately, we want to try to get them connections, try to make connections for them, fill in some of their skills gaps, create a team or network around them, giving them the best chance of success. So the question we're asking every week is, can we change the face of our startup community by connecting local entrepreneurs over 1 million cups of coffee? I will say, looking at some numbers this week, so the organizing team as it stands right now have been doing this program since the beginning of 2019. We're a little over halfway through our third year. Right now, if we can increase our attendance by like 15 to 20% for the rest of the year, we'll go over 10,000 attendees through our in-person and virtual audience in those 3 years. So we're averaging almost 3,300 attendees per year. So I'd really encourage you, come back, make it back. Let's see if we can get over that 10,000 attendee mark by the end of 2021. So appreciate all being here. All right, so like we said, we will have a Q&A after our presentation is done here this morning. We'll have Kate on the mug mic this morning, so if you have a question, you raise your hand. Kate will get the mic in your hand. For our live stream audience, please put your questions in the chat on that Facebook stream, and Madison is on social media. She'll ask you in the theater here this morning. Okay, I think we have a few community announcements. First up is to be a musketeer, Rebecca.
Good morning. My name is Rebecca Brick. My husband, Ben Brick, wrote and illustrated a kid's book, and we published it this year in our downtime during COVID. We are launching it tomorrow at 11 till 1 at Peace Park. Should I explain where that is? It's kind of on the other side of the tracks, where there's a fountain and some trees. So we're going to have pizza and balloons and bubbles, and Danny Moe is going to read it at noon. So invite everybody.
Awesome. Thank you, Rebecca. All right, Higher Orbits.
Hello, Evan here. Just wanted to tell you about a thing we've got coming up, kind of a chance in a lifetime for high school students. It's called Go for Launch. It's run by a company called Higher Orbits. It gives 8th through 12th graders an opportunity to work in teams to develop or at least come up with an idea that they would like to see flown on the International Space Station, an experiment. And we're doing one in Fargo as well. The winning team between Bismarck and Fargo will actually indeed have their experiment flown on a rocket to the space station. So this is a really, really big deal. These students get to work side by side with a real astronaut that's coming to town for 3 days. So if you know anybody that has kids, if you have kids, if you know teachers, science teachers, we're just looking for those kids that kind of thrive in this sort of thing. You know, the kids that like the math and the science and would love to participate. So July 6th, 7th, and 8th, you can see the Go for Launch or the higherorbits.org. If you just go there, you can easily get to the Bismarck event. I guess kind of a tie-in here. The person behind this, her name is Michelle Lucas. We're going to have her on stage here in July. Very much an entrepreneur herself. She trained astronauts for a lot of years before they would go up. In fact, she's trained well over half the U.S. astronauts that have ever flown to space. So really a cool person and very much an entrepreneur. She's very passionate about this to the point where she created Higher Orbits and wants to give kids this opportunity. So please, please, please let anybody know about this cool event. Like I said, chance of a lifetime for the right kids. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Evan.
Hey everybody, Kate here from the Downtowners. We have our Art and Wine Walk tomorrow evening. We have 19 locations. That is 19 ounces of wine, so 1 ounce at each location. Hydrate beforehand. 19 different artists and 19 local businesses that are participating, which is awesome. So essentially what you do is you get a passport when you check in and you go all around downtown, sample wines, see artists, shop at local businesses. We have maybe like 20 tickets left or something, so it's pretty much sold out, but there are a few tickets left if you want to participate. What else? There's usually designated driver. There's usually kind of a tired-looking husband or boyfriend that comes and picks up like 6 ladies at the end of the night. So make sure you enjoy the wine walk responsibly.
Thank you, Kate. All right, I think this one's on me. TEDx Bismarck is coming up. TEDx is back this year in Bismarck. Last year, the event was canceled due to COVID, but the event this year is scheduled for August 12th. The venue in the past has been at the Heritage Center, but we're doing it at the Event Center this year. If you go to TEDxBismarck.com, you can learn more about the event, see the speaker lineup, and most importantly, purchase tickets. So TEDx is an incredible event. I think anybody who's been to a TED global event or a TEDx event knows how energizing and inspiring and insightful days like that can be. So I'd encourage you to check out TEDxBismarck.com and purchase tickets if you'd like. I think this one's on me as well. My North Dakota Women's Business Center colleagues have Core Women, professional development for women in business. This is happening Friday, July 9th from 8:30 to 10. So this is a professional development and networking event. If you would like to register for this, you can go to ndwbc.com and click on Core Women to get tickets for it. That's Friday, July 9th from 8:30 to 10 a.m. Also, the North Dakota Women's Business Center is hiring. They're looking for a COVID marketing and communications contractor and also a summer intern related to some of their COVID library work. So if you or anybody you know are interested in those positions, you can go to ndwbc.com to learn more about them. All right, without further ado, let's introduce our speaker today. So today we have WeClean with us. They are changing the face of how cleanings are booked across the country. They work in Bismarck, Mandan, and Fargo, and a number of other markets across the country. Presenting today will be Amos Kolbo. He is the Director of Community and Culture at WeClean. And let's give a warm 1 Million Cups welcome to Amos.
I'll leave my little threefold thing right there. Advertise the boys. What's that? Oh, clicker. Yeah, I need that. How do I do that? We never did that. Mm-hmm. Forward and backwards. That makes sense. Sure. Okay. Hi, guys. My My name is Amos Kolbo. I am one of the founders of WeClean. WeClean is definitely a we company, so you see my face, but there are a million faces behind this face that are doing great work, that are creating this company. So I just get the opportunity to share this little story with you. So WeClean started out with 3 friends, 3 buddies, with a heart to do something together. Our drive, it kind of comes from 3 different areas. Jared wanted to create a very profitable, great business that would make a difference. Gary wanted to change the world through a profitable, great company. And I wanted to do something locally that we can help local communities with a profitable, good business. So that was the heart of us coming together to try to create a company with kind of that mindset. What can we do to create a company that will make a difference? And WeClean was born out of that idea. So we went to the cleaning industry. Why? Because there was a problem. We thought that this is just a broken system. So why is it a broken system? Well, it's a very inconvenient process. To try to get a cleaner, you have to know somebody who has a good cleaner, which they're always full, or you just don't know where to start or how to find them. And then not only just getting that, but they have to come to your house, they have to check your house, they have to give you a quote, then it's an hourly rate. So when your kids are actually dirty, it costs you more. Just stuff like that, just very inconvenient. There's a T there. And then unclear pricing. Most of the time it's hourly rate. So you're not sure exactly what your prices are going to be every time that you're getting your house cleaned, which makes it frustrating and hard to budget for. High risk hiring. If you're trying to do something on the semi-cheap, you're doing it from Craigslist or just trying to find somebody, and then you're just trial and error, trying to find something. There's no background checks. There's no accountability there when you're going that route, or you're just going with companies that you have heard of, and then you're not sure who's actually coming in your home. You're actually just hiring the company. And then negative social impact. The cleaning industry is broken in the fact that people who are doing really good work, cleaning's hard work, and it's a trade, and if you're good at it, you know it, and it's amazing. Just like construction or anything else, good work is worth paying for. And nationally, within like the cleaning industry, most people who are full-time cleaners are making right around $21,000 a year. So right around the poverty level to try to do what they do and do a good job. We don't like that. We thought that's dumb. So these are all dumb, so let's fix that. Next. So there's a market out there as well. So since we see the problem, well, is there a market out there? Can we do it? Yes, there's definitely a market. That's a very big number. We said if we can even get a tiny bit of that we would be happy with that. So that's that. So it's time for an overhaul. We're going to redo it. We're going to overdo it. We're going to overdo it. So what is WeClean? WeClean is a tech-based, community-driven cleaning service that is redefining the cleaning industry. And we're proud of that, and that's what we're striving to do every day. How do we do that? So within our system, you can build your own instant quote. You can go online, you can go to our system, you can build your quote, and it's task-based, meaning if you come to our website and you can pick how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, what kind of other services or add-ons that you want, and it'll give you the exact amount. No surprises, no whatever. You're getting that price no matter what. And since it's task-based, let's say you don't want your whole house cleaned. Your mother-in-law's coming over. You don't want every bedroom cleaned, but you do want the bathrooms cleaned and you want the kitchen cleaned. You can just go online. You can say, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and then you know the price, and then they click it, and then they come there. Wonderful. Yeah, quick and easy online. And since it's online, payments are easy. You're not having to leave checks on the counters or trying to leave cash or whatever with your cleaner. Like everything is taken care of through our system. Highly vetted cleaners with individual customer reviews. Highly vetted cleaners, we do full background checks. Everyone is insured. We run our people through an extensive process to be wonderful cleaners that you want to be in your home. They are amazing human beings with the heart to make a difference both for you and for the community. They are awesome people. If you know a WeClean cleaner, you should high-five them because they're awesome people. Also, local social impact that demonstrates and shares values. WeClean is more than just a cleaning company. WeClean prides itself on finding ways to make a difference long-term overall as a company. We want to make a difference in our customers' lives. We want to make a difference in the lives of our cleaners, and we want to make a difference in the communities that we serve. Every city that WeClean is in, we are trying to make an impact in that city. How we are doing that? We are paying above average wages for all of our cleaners. In Bismarck, if you come and start working for WeClean, you're starting at $20 an hour as you're getting trained. We're doing that by changing that whole demographic of people that are trying to work and do a good job. They're getting paid a fair, great job to do a really good job. Not only does that help them to have a sustainable income, but it also helps us as WeClean and you as a customer because they're not going through different jobs. The people who are working with WeClean have been sticking with us like since we started this company almost 3 years ago. A lot of them still work for us. They've helped build this company. It is their career. It is what they love. And because of that, our quality is so high. Our quality stays consistent. So when you know you're hiring WeClean, you know you're getting somebody that you can trust and is going to do a great job through our system. And then because of that, because our cleaners do such a good job and because our community cares about hiring people who are doing a good job, we have the opportunity of using our money on WeClean's side, the corporate side, to reinvest into our communities. We have pledged as a company from the beginning, even when we start, we're still small, but we're growing fast, that we're giving 1% of all of our sales right off the top back to our communities. So every month I'm writing checks and I'm giving it to nonprofits in the cities that we work in to try and make a difference. Not only that, but our marketing departments are also, we've decided as a company that we're not going to be feeding the machine as much as possible. We don't want to feed Facebook. They do pretty well. They're making pretty good money. Google's making pretty good money too. So we would rather not use our marketing dollars to invest into those sort of things. We'd rather invest it into local ways that we can help support our communities. We cross-market with nonprofits, so like we work with YouthWorks here in Bismarck. If you guys know YouthWorks, they're amazing. They're working with a lot of homeless kids or kids that are in need. We will cross-market with them. We will run deals where you book a cleaning with YouthWorks and $25 of that will go back to YouthWorks, so that money will go back into our community and you get your house cleaned. We do stuff like that to just try to continue to raise awareness with the nonprofits within these cities, and then also try to connect the dots between the community and what's actually good people who are doing great work outside of your cleaning or out of your just business realm. So it's super fun to partner with those communities and invest there. Okay. My mouth is already dry. Okay. Meeting the needs. Here's what we're trying to do. We're trying to really focus on taking care of our mid to high-end residential customers. We want to have conscious customers who care about who they're hiring, what they're doing, and where their money is going. I believe that your money is kind of like your voting ticket. What you believe in is kind of your vote. Like, I believe in this local company, so I'm going to put money here. I believe in this organization because they're doing something. I believe in eating a really good meal, and I believe on taking my wife on dates because, I want to put my money there. That's sweet. So conscious customers that use their money for a purpose. Vacation rental owners is a huge growing market. So that's actually where the heart of our company started, was to connect to B2B, not B2B, Airbnb customers, and because of that, we did really well in that segment, but people kept coming to us over and over and over, hey, I don't have an Airbnb, I don't have vacation rental, but I really want my house cleaned. Will we do it? We said no. That was really dumb. We said that for a month, and then we're like, no. Okay, let's get that. So we switched over, and now we're cleaning homes everywhere. We started out in Bend, Oregon. Now we're in Bismarck and 4 other cities right now. So vacation rental, we're really focused on vacation rental, and then also really creating great partnerships with real estate agents, property management companies and stuff as well, to create a resource for them so that they don't, when someone is moving out of their apartments, they don't have to make phone calls, do all this sort of stuff. We have their discount codes, or we have their systems in place where they can just go online, book it, and they don't have to think about it. We just take care of them. It's awesome. How do you do that? Build an instant quote. You select your time and your date. You pick your cleaner. They have reviews. Every one of our cleaners you can decide and pick from there, and then simply click and book it, which is fun. Our goal is to scale nationwide. That has been our goal from day one. We weren't going to start a small cleaning company that is just going to do good in Bismarck. We wanted to change this and make a difference nationally. And every problem that we come across, and there are a lot of them in every company, our solution wasn't, we can't just fix it. How are we going to do this so we can scale so that when it's happening in Bend, Oregon, or in Buffalo, New York, or in Bismarck, North Dakota, how do we fix this problem so that it works? Which has made us, as a company that's young, have the systems and the things that we have in place to scale and to grow at a great rate, which has been awesome. We're very proud of that. Provide a consistent, high-quality service. I don't know, consistent is a very hard word in the cleaning company. As a cleaning company, I think you guys would know if you go to some of your friends' house and they say their house is cleaned. And then you go to another friend's house and you're like, oh no, this is clean. Like I'm the dirty one. They come to my house and I'm the dirty one. So clean is something that is kind of up to each person's, how they view things. And for us as a company, we want to be wow. We want to have high quality, consistent work. And we've created systems, educating people to create a service that is the same in Buffalo and Bend and Bismarck and other cities that are consistent, great cleanings. And make an impact in every city. We're doing that by we hire a person in each city. So like in Fargo, we have someone that we've hired who is who is creating a local impact, that is knowing what nonprofits are in the city, what kind of social events are happening, who has a golf tournament, and instead of us putting our money into Google, we are investing in those golf tournaments or silent auctions or being involved in the community, because local is what we believe in. Local, I'm a Bismarck boy. I love it, and I want to support those communities, and if we can do that as a company on a national level, let's do it. Make an impact in every city. Invest money in what matters: people, infrastructure, and systems. In order to scale, you have to have infrastructure and systems. And the people who actually create those great infrastructures and systems are the people. WeClean started on the backs of 3 people, and we did the best that we could. And it was growing and it was going well. But until we had some people who are willing to invest in us as a company, gave us the money and the funds to go to that next step, we had the opportunity to hire the right people. Investing in good people goes a long ways. From those hires, our company continued to just scale. And we're going to continue to do that as cheaply with low overhead as much as possible to scale, but hiring the right people, infrastructure, and systems to do so. Take calculated risks. This is all risk. Every day we're learning and growing and getting better every day. So taking those calculated risks to move forward. The model, our goal is to target mid-tier cities, which some people are like, oh, really? Yeah, not heading to LA, not going to Chicago, not going to these major metropolitan areas, for us, starting out, for sure, not right now. Because there's a lot of mid-tier cities that really need a good cleaning service right off. We can jump in and make a difference really quick and take care of those communities. We want to jump in and make a big difference as fast as we can. So mid-tier is where what we're excited about and what has proven really well for us. Also, we're SEO priming each city, so before we even enter into a city, we're trying to gain SEO, we're trying to get Google to recognize us, we're trying to get leads generated even before we enter into a city. we're establishing, once we have SEO primed a city, we're establishing local teams, so we can have once we have those consistent leads coming in. So by the time we enter a city, hopefully we already have jobs coming in for people, so our overhead is actually really low entering into a city. Our average profits per cleaning, we're averaging profit around $50 per cleaning, which is great, and we're going to try to expand into 9 cities by the end of this year. Okay, our competitive advantage. A lot of the things that I already talked about. I don't know how, okay, online booking system, task-based pricing, local community engagement, low overhead, low customer acquisition costs, which is awesome. Key to B2B partnerships, highly vetted cleaners, and we're also an all-natural cleaning company as well. We decided as a company that early on we didn't want to be responsible for, one, people going into their homes and putting their kid in a tub and it's been cleaned with bleach. You just don't know. That's just not our heart. We think all natural is easy, it's cost-effective way to go so that it's safe and it does well. Also, as a cleaning company, when you're hiring people all around the country who are working every day to keep people's homes cleaned and they're breathing in bleach and chemicals and stuff like that, also not something that I want to really be part of. So with WeClean, we decided all natural was the way to go to take care of both our customers and our cleaners. So that's that. We also run a We Care program, which we're very proud of as well. In each and every city, you can nominate someone in your community that needs a free cleaning. We want to give cleanings away to our communities that we work in. If you have someone that you know that has a kid in the NICU and their house is just not doing good, if you know an older couple that they just can't scrub their tubs anymore and they just really need it, that we would love for you to nominate them. You can do that on our website on WeCleanLocal.com. Nominate those so we can take care of our community members and people that need it. So that's pretty fun. And here's the team that kind of makes it happen. It's been a journey, and I couldn't be more proud and humbled because they're all so good at what they do from our teams here. Jared, our CEO and courageous leader, me, just the heart. That's probably just what it should be saying. So culture and community. Courtney is our CMO, really putting the voice of our company and who we are out there into the world. Gary is our creative director. Dane is seriously a systems guru, and how he takes care of our company allows us to scale, and the knowledge that he provides as a company is absolutely amazing, and I would hate his job. That's why I hired him. He's awesome. And then Kelly Loftus is a superstar with just 30 plus years of cleaning experience. She loves each and every one of our cleaners. She takes care of them. She's always there on the phone to help them, educate them, know that they're not alone, to provide them the resources so that they can be stars in what they do. So even if they're not living in Bismarck, they have Mama Kelly, who's always available for them to help them and equip them to do a really good job. Sarah does all our recruiting. She is constantly hiring people. We're hiring cleaners constantly, all the time. So we had her going. And then Shane does our SEO and digital marketing. He's awesome. Thanks. That gives you kind of a brief idea without giving you like numbers and all that sort of stuff. We don't want to bore you with that, but here we are. If you have questions.
Right, let's hear it for Amos. Okay, now we'll have Jared Heinemann also joining us on stage for the Q&A session. We can go ahead and take a seat up here, fellas. So we have, Kate is on the mug this morning. If you have a question, raise your hand. She will get that mug in your hand. And then Madison's on social media for our virtual audience. Please put those questions in the Facebook chat, and Madison will ask them for you here in the theater. So I'll go ahead and get us started, fellas. You guys' origin story is really interesting, that you didn't start with a problem you want to solve. You started with, we want to start a company, right? I'm curious how that process went. What concepts didn't make the cut, and what drove you to ultimately land on cleaning services as the direction you wanted to go?
Okay. Sorry, my mic was a little messed up. Let's see, origins. We Jared is a great friend of mine. He was a Young Life kid of mine, and we were just at his lake cabin, and Jared was about to graduate college, and Jared's like, I want to own at least one company before I graduate college. I'm just super ambitious. And he's like, so if you have any ideas, if you have any, if you want to do something, let me know. And I was like, oh, I have plenty of ideas. Ideas are easy. Just trying to come up with them and implement them are not easy. And I was like, how about this idea? And he's like, no. How about this idea? No. I was like, how about this idea? And he's like, yep, see you Monday. So it just came with that idea. And that first idea actually didn't end up working out. We probably spent 8 months to a year working on that. I don't really want to say what it is because we
still will probably. Am I on? Test.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll still probably do that idea. At this time, it just wasn't the right option for us to implement. And so there's expansion that we're going to be doing, just not in the next year or two.
Yeah, so we just got together with Gary, the marketing guy. He's out in Bend, Oregon. So we got with Gary, and I wanted to do an Airbnb. Gary had an Airbnb, or was in the process of building his Airbnb. And we were just like, this sucks. Just trying to find a cleaner. This is going to be the biggest headache. And we just couldn't find any resources that would actually work for our needs. And we're like, whoa. Let's really look at this. And we just did a deep dive into the cleaning industry, and we're like, we can do this. We can actually help do this and make a difference. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we came.
Awesome. Good. Looks like we have a question from online.
We do. Okay, so Pete on Facebook said, thinking this would be a great summer job for my college student and teenager to make some money. What's the minimum age and where to apply?
Go ahead.
You can go for minimum age.
Okay, minimum age. So we are saying 18 and up just for legal reasons and entering people's homes. We just felt like that was the safest thing. Not that I don't think that people under the age of 18 can do a lot. I started my first company at 16. I believe you are able to do great things at a young age, but in order to go into someone's home and to do that and for us to be liable.
And on the website, there's a spot at the bottom for applying. Now, what it takes to work for us is we developed a whole entire university they have to go through. And so it's, you apply, and then the recruiting managers will reach out and go through that side of things. And then you're going to have to go through the university and basically get cleared and then work with our training cleaners to get cleared to be in somebody's house to be able to withstand our quality. And at that given time, then you'll be able to go off on your own. But yeah, they should go to the website and apply, and we'll start jumping through the hoops.
Yeah. And we have a wide range of cleaners. We have people who own their own companies that are doing side hustles, and they also clean with us as well. And then we also have single moms that have the opportunity to clean with us too. They have the opportunity. Our cleaners can set their own hours. They have the freedom to do whatever they want. We don't manage that for them. That's up to them. We want to focus on the business side. They focus on their life. We wanted to build a great company so that they can focus on their life. That's our goal. So we have people who own their own businesses, but they want to make $20+ an hour doing a side hustle because this helps buy this next piece of equipment or whatever. And then we have the single moms that want to be able to take their kids to school. Like that was their goal. They can drop their kids off at school. They can make super good money. They can pick their kids up from school and come back. So we take anyone as long as they're willing to work hard, do a good job, and care about the community and the people that they're in. Yeah.
Good thing. Question from Evan.
Yeah, just thinking about kind of projecting a little ways, looking at some of the growth. What kind of management structure are you looking at to be able to keep that consistency in all of these different markets? How do you think that leadership structure is going to work?
Yeah, so there's a lot to that. We're currently raising capital. We're in a seed round of funding, and so part of that structure is we're hiring people that are going to manage 400 cleanings. And so for every 400 cleanings, somebody's going to be basically overseeing that. And I call it table touching, but what it more so means is they're going to be calling each customer after the cleaning, making sure everything goes okay. Everybody has pet peeves. Everybody has something that to them it's not clean unless this thing was done. We've had people say, like, you did a great job, except you didn't clean off my electric toothbrush. And we're like, why would we touch your electric toothbrush? And so, there's just things like that we need to figure out from customers. And so that person is going to be overseeing 400 cleanings. And then on the quality side of things, we're hiring people that are going to help support Kelly for managing the cleaners too. So we have a whole entire corporate structure that we have worked out, and it all goes in phases by revenue and all these different things. So it's all planned out.
Yeah, once we hit 200 cleanings per city, then we hire a floater, so somebody who like is within that city that can take care or back up. So if someone gets into a home and it's way dirtier than they expected, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, but it's like, whoa, there's like 4 dogs here and 4 kids, and it's crazy. Then we'll have a floater cleaner that actually comes in and will help them to try to keep that consistent on our hourly rate. That floater takes care of that. Or if, say, someone gets sick or a tire blows out, when we're at that 200 mark, we need more consistency in that city. So then we are able to maintain that throughout. So that's how we keep our consistency and care for our communities. Yeah.
So if I book a cleaning and backup shows up an hour after the initial cleaner shows up, then I know my place is pretty nasty.
Yes,
yeah,
that is
good.
correct. Yes.
And that might be the case. Question from Joel.
Yeah, so I think for every business, challenge is finding good people and hiring those people. How are you finding people who are wanting to do cleaning? I know that you guys are offering above average wage, but who are these people and how are you finding them, especially in communities where you don't have touch points?
I'll jump right into, there are places that are hiring people at good sign-on bonuses, all these things, but they require them to commit to working, say, 7 days a week or whatever it is, and we don't have those requirements. We know that they need to work to make money, and they only get paid when they're working, so we understand that side of it, and so these people have flexibility they otherwise wouldn't have, and so to them, it's the opportunity to make as much as they want to make or make as little and still live a life that they want to live. And so, we've attracted a lot of people like that. The other side of it, too, is there's a lot of cleaners that are so good at cleaning, but they don't like doing the bookkeeping, the marketing, all that goes into that management. I'm running late to the next cleaning. Who's going to tell them this? And all of a sudden, they just don't say anything. They show up 2 hours late. We have that customer service support where we're able to do that. And we have innovation through technology that we're also working on. That's going to double down on that side of things, too. So the support that comes with us, they know that, and they want to be with us for that reason. But, it does seem like when it rains, it pours. It seems like we'll all of a sudden have amazing applicants and the recruiting team has no issues. And then all of a sudden there'll be a week where they're like, I'm kind of worried. There's not a lot of great talent. But so far over the last 3 years, it has equaled out where people have, we've been fine. So we've been really blessed thus far.
And I think the promise of and who we are as a company as well. Like if they're going to go clean for someone else, even if they're offering the same wages and the same hours, but who we are as a company, what we want to do on a social impact side of things as well, and how we treat and take care of our people, it's a pretty it sets us apart different than other companies when they can see and hear our heart and know that they're going to be taken care of. Like they're not just a cog, they're not just a piece of this company, they're a person that we want to take care of and see that they succeed. In order for them, we need to succeed for them to succeed, and we want to back them and support them and make sure that they do and are great at their job, and yeah, so that helps.
Awesome. Rebecca.
Eventually, will you guys branch out into like we mow lawns or we pick up leaves for you type of branches?
We're focusing on the main thing. There's people that have done stuff like that, and they don't do anything great. They do stuff okay. We want to be excellent at what we do, and so right now is to continue to be excellent. We have expansion, things that we are doing through product, through other things that is under wraps right now. A lot of big things coming, but there's definitely a possibility of all those things. We're just not focused on it until we know we can do it great.
We just want to do it really good.
We want to be the best at everything we do, and if we can't be, we don't want to enter that market. So
yeah, speaking of entering into markets, you guys are in communities, mid-tier cities across the country now. So I know we're not supposed to ask stat questions, but I can't avoid it, so I'm going to do it. So one, what cities are you guys in? And then two, what goes into selecting a new market? How do you identify which markets you want to enter into and invest in?
Yeah, that's also a loaded question. So we're doing a seed round of funding. We're raising $1.5 million, just so everybody knows that. And because of that is because we don't have our launch plan fully hashed out yet. That's part of what we're discovering over the next year. We have all these amazing things figured out. We're doing over $1 million in revenue. We have all these great things that companies we're super blessed to get to. But in order to continue to grow, we have to get a better launch plan figured out. And so that's kind of what this next year is. Now, our current cities, we're in Central Oregon. There's like 7 cities in that 30-mile radius that we service. Bismarck, Mandan, Fargo, Moorhead, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Buffalo, New York. And so those are the cities we're currently in. We're working on better launches and all of that. What we look for is booming cities. Central Oregon has been growing at over 25% month over month for the last, year. It just keeps growing. And because that city is growing so much, people are coming to town looking for cleaners. All these different things are happening, and so it's working in our favor. So what we look for is cities that have less than 300,000 or so population. Google, all those SEO things go into play for that we look at. And then also what we're looking at is cities that are growing, cities that are up and coming, because that's low-hanging fruit where the market cap just continues to raise and raise and raise. And if we go into a city that's dying, the market cap that we're projecting we're going to end up hitting at some point is going to continue to get lower, which makes it more difficult. So,
Question here.
Yeah, could you just talk about like the supply costs and how you kind of manage the do all the employees have enough supply for 2 weeks at a time? Is there a place you rent where they pick up supplies to use?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so with that one, our cleaners all supply their own cleaning products. A lot of them have products that they've worked with for the last 10 years, and they don't really like doing something different necessarily at this time because they're used to it. There's things we're working on which will get everybody on the same playing field for products. That stuff is happening currently as well. And so those are areas that we're working at innovating on. There's going to be a key person in each city that's going to, as we continue moving in this direction, they're going to be the supply closet for these products that we have. So we're moving in that direction, but at this given time, they all supply their own current cleaning products.
So you guys, I think I've heard you say before, you're a technology company, but you're also a people company, right? And those are both really important. We've talked quite a bit about the people aspect of WeClean. Can we talk about the technology a little bit?
Sorry.
The infrastructure and systems. So you're saying investing in what matters. We're talking about people, infrastructure, and systems. So especially on the front end when you were developing the WeClean web platform, what went into that and what was learned through that process?
Can you rephrase that question?
Yeah, so just initially you're a technology company, right? So you say you're a tech company and a people company. So on the technology side, especially up front when you're looking at, all right, how do we differentiate in the cleaning space? What does our technology or web platform need to look like? Can you talk into how that process went and what was learned through that?
Yeah, so, a lot of it was what was up on the slide of not being innovative. The technology, just like giving people the opportunity to reschedule cleanings, rate their providers, pay online, all that goes into our software. That hadn't been done before. And so people were able to have control they otherwise didn't have. At my parents' house in Minnesota at their cabin, the person will just randomly show up. There's no sort of like alarm of, hey, I'm showing up. It's just kind of like, all of a sudden she's there, and they're kind of like, great, but we're not ready. And so by creating these alert systems and all that goes into it, it makes it so you know when a cleaner is going to be there. There's no question marks of what's going to happen. You know what you're going to pay. And so the software is able to, the algorithm's able to calculate all of this for this. So the customer's experience was just standardized across the board, and they knew what to expect.
We try to find the right partners and people who are doing software like within this genre already. How can we utilize what is already currently being made and done? How can we shape it, mold it, and redo it so that it fits what we need as a company of WeClean? So finding those right partners, finding the things that we need to provide the systems that we need to run WeClean is where we kind of started from the beginning, and then we're constantly implementing that and changing that so that it kind of works within our company on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, one thing I love about what you guys have done as well is you seem to be master networkers and relationship builders. You've done a number of pitches through, whether that's to investors, whether that's to in 1 Million Cups Fargo, and you spoke there.
Sure.
Working through the Innovate ND program, you've done a number of pitches. What's been the benefit of getting up in front of a room like this and talking about the business? Whether it's connections or insight you've gained from that, can you talk about that a little bit?
I don't think WeClean would be successful without people. And so every time we can have the opportunity to share a story and to connect with people, it provides open doors and opportunity. And I think that has happened all the way from how we hire people or how we started this company. Like, we believed in the people. So if we can get in front of a lot of people, as many people as possible, to share our heart, share our story, that's where people can be like, I might have an answer for you, or I have a resource for you. Things like 1 Million Cups, or just having friends who are excellent in one category. If we can know them and love them, they could probably be like, you've never thought about this. And you're like, you're right, we haven't. And they can provide us the resources or the know-how or whatever to continue to move forward. We don't claim to know everything, for sure.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it, too, is like trusting humanity. You turn on the news, and you just question everything, and now it's kind of like we're able to put our trust into the people around us and just know that everybody has our best interests as a communities and each other's best interests. And so, it's never been, especially in this funding stuff, it's never been, I know this person, I can't share this person with you because then you might get funding from them. It's been like, we're all here to support each other, and what's going to work out is going to work out anyway. So it's been very much just like, we're just for humanity and taking care of the people around us.
Evan?
You alluded to training a little bit. I wonder if you could just expound on that a little bit in terms of what that looks like, maybe from the perspective of a new employee.
Sure.
Yeah. So.
You want me to go? Yeah,
So this is one of those areas that we understood there was a bottleneck. We understood that in order to scale nationwide, it's tough to get people in the door, have them go through, understand what we are, what we stand for, and how to do the standard of cleaning that we want without having some sort of university they have to go through. And so, it became pretty clear, I don't know, less than a year ago, but that's somewhere we need to double down on. So about a year ago, we started filming that, kind of storyboarding what that's going to look like. And we developed a full-on university of what cleaners have to go through in order to work with us. Then during onboarding, they get kind of questions that hint at the university just to make sure our cleaners are watching the videos and taking in their part that they were supposed to then work with us, which they do. And so the whole entire point of it is to not make it so that it's impossible to work with us, but make it so that they're proud to work with us because it achieved something to work with us. Make it so that they understand that it is an honor to be part of our brand, and we're honored to have them too, and make sure the standards there.
Yeah, clear expectations give us freedom. If we say this is the standard that we need you to be at, and if you can reach them, that's great. To provide those clear expectations up front through that system, and then Okay, and then after that university, they'll go to Kelly. So Kelly is our quality control manager. Kelly's been in the industry for a super long time. She's going to focus and spend time with that person, walking them through, talking to them individually about their strengths, weaknesses, or whatever's happening, try to equip them on a personal level. Then from there, they'll go to a trainer. So they usually aren't just sent out. We're not just sending them out blind to be like, you better be the best. Sending them out there, and our customers deserve better than that too. So we send them out with a trainer, someone who's already in that city doing a great job. They will work underneath that person. At that point, that trainer will then decide if they are at the standard that we say that they are at. Then they have the freedom to work by themselves. They'll go out and they'll continue to keep that standard. And then if they've been in the industry or in our company long enough, then they can be a trainer, they get paid more money, so on and so forth. It keeps going. Yep.
And everything too, you'll hear this from Kelly, but everything's a teachable moment. And so if a cleaner doesn't do something quite right, Kelly doesn't call them and be like, what were you doing? She's more so, hey, this is a teachable moment. Let's learn through this. And so, it's just investing in our people and continuing to do that. We're not scared of them leaving and going and do something different. That's not how we're running this company. Again, it's just trusting that, we have a mutual relationship.
Yeah. We always say, when we're correcting people, we're always pointing to the issue and not pointing at the person. You know, like, there's dirt on the ground. And they're like, well is you. You can take care of well later. I don't care. That's totally fine. You can process it. You can figure it out. Like, we just see this, right? So we're focusing on the issue. How can you and how can we help you to make sure that the well doesn't happen anymore? Because everyone's a great person, right? We're all trying to do a great job, whether it's our work, our marriages, our community. Like, we all have our blind spots. So let's look at those things that are not the best, and then how can I personally figure out how to not create that same thing again?
Oh, Joel.
I got one more for you. So, thinking of again how you're getting consistent revenue. What is your average client? What is your typical customer? Is it a monthly subscription? Are you getting a lot of one-time cleans that are just like a deep clean? What are you seeing, and then what is your goal? What would you like to see more of?
It's a great question.
Yeah, so we see a lot of reoccurring, a lot of people that are booking with us once a week, once a month, every other week, whatever that might be. We have a cool subscription model where we come in for $100 twice a month, $100 once a month, but we clean 2 bathrooms in your kitchen, so kind of that subscription model, we do that as well. That one's pretty large, and then vacation rentals. I'd say right now vacation rental is not the biggest, but it's a bigger portion because in Oregon, it's a population the size of Bismarck, and they have 6,000 plus rentals, and we clean a lot of them. And so that's a big part of it. So vacation rentals is very large, but I would say for reoccurring clientele, just because our retention rate is over 79%, we retain our customers, and they continue to work with us. The saying that we kind of have is, nobody's really a one-time customer. If they're booking one time, they're still going to come back at some point for a future cleaning. So I'd say that the reoccurring is probably our biggest market. Did that answer your question, Joel?
Yeah, we do a lot of move-in, move-outs. That's that's our big one-ofs. If people are moving into a new home, or people are moving out of their apartment, they just don't want to do it. We do a lot of those one-ofs, and then Airbnb markets, definitely, for sure. Our Airbnb markets are lots of one-ofs, but if we do a good job there, then all of a sudden, it might not be every Thursday, but it might be a couple times that week because it booked up, and then it might be slow another week. And then with homes, we kind of earn that right too. And then like over the holidays, we'll have a spike because a lot of people want their homes cleaned, and we love doing one-offs, but we definitely have a good majority of our company are reoccurring, probably 80%.
Yeah, so it's 79%. It seems
79%.
That's fantastic. I'm just curious. Do you know what the industry average is with your competition of what your competitors are retaining?
So we've compared ourselves. There's a company called HomeJoy that tried a similar model to us and failed. Their retention rate was, I think, around 14%, and they failed. So we've always known that we got to do a lot better than that. So we don't compare to necessarily other cleaning companies per se, but as we're leveraging this technology, we know that we have to continue to be up there. And it's a great benchmark knowing that at this scale we can do it. And so that is a standard. So as we scale and scale and scale and keep growing and launch new cities, we got to find a way to keep that up.
We're really proud that as we continue to scale, so we're growing on average for the last 6 months at 20% overall every month. Bam, bam, bam. With definitely spikes of 40+% every month, monthly too as well. And at that rate of growth, our quality is still staying high. Our ratings are still up high 9s month over month, so that we know that as we continue to grow and scale, the person in Buffalo is still getting a great cleaning just like the person in Bismarck. And we want those systems to be able to scale. We can't be a successful company and blow up and continue to have the growth that we have, and then our customers are paying for it. No way. So we're really proud that we keep our ratings and we keep our quality high everywhere that we go. Creates retention, creates a good company for everyone.
Tyler, I have a quick question before the last question. I know we only have a couple seconds left, but maybe Amos, could you just talk about, it seems like a big part of your company is giving back, or company culture, maybe just a success story in the philanthropy that you guys have done?
Sure. Gosh, I don't know.
Or who you support? Are you looking for specific nonprofits?
Sure. That's a great question. So we as WeClean, our goal is to try to take care of people who have fallen through the cracks. So we're not necessarily looking for sponsoring the baseball team, although we will, but there are partners. Like we go into a city looking for partners, that we're giving our 1%, that we are giving these discount codes, that we're cross-marketing with. These companies are people who are working with people that are hurting, that are falling through the cracks in society. We work with YouthWorks in Bismarck and Fargo. We love them. They're an amazing company. We work with Neighborhood Impact out in Bend, Oregon. We work with Compass House out in Buffalo, New York. We work with AYA in Grand Rapids. We're really focusing on people who are helping people in that community.
That's super awesome.
And it has nothing to do with politics. It's literally just like we want to take care of people in our community and take care of everybody involved. So.
Yep.
Yeah. So last question, Tyler? Is that
Go
where we're
right
at?
ahead, Kate.
So thank you guys so much, WeClean, for being here. And we always ask the same last question at every 1 million cups. What can we as the Bismarck Mandan 1 million cups community do to help WeClean succeed?
I'd say continue to get the word out. You know, we do a lot of cleanings in Bismarck, and it's been a tremendous success, and we're super excited. But you know, we're looking to keep growing. That's the goal of what we're doing. You know, the more money, the more houses we're able to clean, the more money we can get back, and the more we can do and get involved in things like these. And so, you know, the more word that we can spread is obviously a great benefit.
Yeah, and if you can support us and support our cleaners, you're not just supporting us, but like there's cleaners who are here in Bismarck that, you know, they're trying to put cleats on their kids and take them to Disney World and all those sort of things. So like if you would rather work at your desk for 4 more hours and trade that money and that time to a cleaner so you don't have to scrub your own toilets, I know our cleaners that would be huge for them and for their kids and their family. That'd be awesome. And then hopefully it would be a help for you too. So.
And give feedback. If you use us, give us good or bad feedback so that we can continue to support our cleaners, whether it's slapping them on the back saying good job, or if it's saying, hey, we need to work on this. So.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, hey, let's hear it for Amos and Jared. Fellas, congrats on the growth so far, and thanks for the time this morning. It's great to have you here.
Thanks, Tyler.
All right, well, next week we have, Adam, can you slide me forward? Next week we have an author panel. So we'll have 3 authors, local authors from the Bismarck Mandan area talking about content creation a little bit. So for you marketing folks or anybody creating content, this would be a good one for you. After that, we're talking Mandan Rodeo and 4th of July days. So Ellen Huber with the City of Mandan will be with us that morning. If you or anyone you know would like to present at 1 Million Cups, please get in our application queue by going to 1millioncups.com/Bisman and apply to present. We'd love to see you on stage here if you'd like to get up and share your story. So that's all we have for you this week, gang. Thanks for coming, and let's have a great rest of the week.